As a multiple season top 500 solo queue player, I am here today to teach you guys Ultron. I want to go through the basic situational awareness when and how to play Ultron in ranked. Ultron, aka 554C54524F4E Extron, is a strategist healer type and the first flyer healer in the game's history. He has a total of 5 abilities, all about keeping himself alive and giving support to his team. His primary fire deals 125 damage and is literally just the old charge rifle from Apex. You can just sit back in the sky and spam this the entire game. He does not have any healing built into his basic attacks, except through his next ability, his drone. When using Ultron's drone, you can slap it on a teammate, which gives AoE healing in a circle all around them, giving a little bit more healing to the person that it's attached to. But to be honest, the healing output is trash. It's very minimal, and rightfully so, because if it wasn't minimal, it would be really strong. Let me explain. If you've ever played Overwatch, think of it like Zenyatta's healing orb on a dive character. It gets value through mobility and uptime. When standing near your teammate as well, you also heal yourself through the drone, so this pairs extremely well when you put it on an aerial character like Iron Man, and then you're chilling in the sky with Iron Man and you're getting healed at the exact same time. Speaking of Iron Man, when paired with him, Ultron gets a team up ability, which is a basic healing beam that pierces through teammates, healing them and enemies, damaging them. It's not super strong, it's just a nice bit of extra sustain to keep your tanks alive. Do not expect to pop off with this beam. It's like 2 times weaker than Iron Man's. Don't not heal your team with this. You should primarily be using this to heal your team because it does not even deal as much damage as your primary fire. Ultron is not a second healer. He is a third support that specializes in anti-dive. Because he's a flyer, he can use his drone and stay safe while healing other divers or other supports, all while laying down suppressive fire from above. Ultron's other ability, his shield, allows him to generate a shield around himself and whoever the drone is attached to, and an AoE shield around both of them that can hit teammates and also grant them shield. On paper, this might seem really bad because it's only 75 shield and can easily be shot through, but it has really good potential to counter things like Venom Ult, Namor Ult, and other AoE burst damage that would previously or could previously kill you if you time it properly. That's why you should always keep it in your back pocket. If you know someone's about to dive or if you know someone's about to push, save that shield and use it the second they do so you can easily destroy them when they push in. Lastly but not least, we have Ultron's boost. Ultron gains 50 shield and dashes in the direction that you're aiming your joystick or your keypad at and gets a speed boost extremely similar to Johnny when he's flying really fast. This is an amazing escape tool and part of why he's so good at keeping himself alive against these dive heavy comps. It's important to note you can also use this ability during Ultron's ultimate. This is the only ability throughout his whole kit that you can use during it, so make sure you use it wisely. Now let's go into the next part of Ultron. Extermination is a pretty awkward thing to say when you don't kill anybody. When Ultron ults, he gets a decent little self-heal bubble and he spawns a gajillion clones just like in the movies and the comics. Please, NetEase, make this an MVP screen that shoot beams at each other. Contrary to what you might think, the beams do not deal a lot of damage, but they have the highest healing output in the game by a ridiculous margin. I'm pretty sure it's 550 HP per second, which instantly full heals any character. So it really goes without saying that this ult is amazing for countering ults that are like on the ground and that do not target Ultron himself, because remember, this ult is not a giant AoE circle like all of the other support ults in the game. You actually have to have good aim to play this character. Since Ultron is hit scan, he requires good aim and movement to get this maximum value of where you're getting these ults really fast and you're using them on your teammates and not missing any of these shots. The best part about Ultron's ult is it charges so fast. You will get your ultimate every 40 seconds to a minute. If you're landing your shots, that means you'll have your ult way before the enemy supports, and you can snowball fights and win way before the enemy supports will. His ult literally just becomes another ability because of how quick you get it. I think this ult is definitely not the best ult in the game, but it shouldn't be. Just because of how much you can cycle through it and use it to win so many easy fights that you would have lost before, I think it's in a really good spot right now, and if they ever buff or nerf this character, I don't think they should change his ultimate. I'm actually fine with it. I'm happy with the partial buffs that NetEase gave this character, and I think they put him in a relatively okay spot. The cycle between his ultimate ability and all of his regular abilities, especially with that Iron Man team up, is so fast that it makes it super satisfying to play the character and get easy value while you're just in the air floating around and poking the enemy. So let's move on to the next part of how you should play Ultron. Ultron is a backline healer slash poke character designed to be a third support who can stop enemy divers from killing your healers or help your divers push in with shields and healing while spamming damage. He is not a heal bot, and he does have a decent amount of counters. If you get dove, let your other support know, but your survivability allows you to bait, fall back into your tanks, and collapse on the diver, and maybe even solo kill them if you hit your shots. Typically, you're going to be playing all the way in the backside where the other healers can't really reach you. So if there's a Punisher, Hela, or any strong hit scan character, you're going to get rolled on Ultron. He is a very squishy flyer with limited cooldowns when they're down. However, Ultron is very good into a flyer comp like Johnny, Storm, or Iron Man, or a dive comp. Magic, Iron Fist, Black Panther, Spidey, but never, and I mean never, play him into a brawl comp. If your team wants to fight on the ground, Ultron becomes a useless character because he cannot heal at the same level of other healers who are built as heal bots and can just spam a gajillion HP down main. He's more of a situational comp dependent pick like Moon Knight, Squirrel Girl, or Atom. You know how you only play Moon Knight when they have triple tank or they have a really spammable comp, same thing with Squirrel Girl. Atom you only play with res comp and then it's really viable. Same thing goes for Ultron. You want to run him when you have flyers or you have divers or anti-dive comps, because then he actually becomes a more viable character and you can play him without worrying about getting two-tapped by Hela or destroyed by Punisher in like 2 seconds. This is what I mean by these aerial comps, by the way. Jesus Christ! So I definitely think there's a lot of potential here this season, and I'm really excited to see what new comps people come up with Ultron, and I'm really excited for where he goes. I do think the character could use some slight buffs, like maybe giving him a self-heal after he dashes, or giving his shield ability a small AoE healing effect, but I also think he's playable right now, way better than in the beta, and I guarantee we'll see some nasty dive air comps later in the season that will decimate with Ultron. That's going to be it for this video. If you guys enjoyed this guide and you want to see more guides that I'm going to put out in the future, feel free to like and subscribe. I already did a bunch of other guides that you can take a look at in this playlist that I linked. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye!